Hi, my name is Sonia Spencer, and my book review is on a book I decided to read that is called The Green Revolution, which is by the author Kirkpatrick Sale. The Green Revolution is a book that talked about how the green process started and kind of what it actually means um, to go green or to live in an environment where you're going green, where you're preserving your economy and your environment. Um, I decided to read this book because um, generally, when people think about going green, they think about things such as um, recycling water bottles or using reusable bags, um, or doing things such as um, recycling between brown bags and plastic bags. But there's more to going green than just doing those things. I think what we've learned thus far in this class with environmental science, with Muir, and and just understanding the economy, I think that that has a lot to do with some of the choices that people make today in deciding to go green. Uh, when we think about going green, actually, when I read the book, um, it touched on a female by the name of Rachel Carson, a writer by the name of Rachel Carson. She wrote a book entitled, excuse me, Silent Spring, which talked a lot about um, pesticides and how it pretty much ruined a lot of the economy and also destroyed landmarks um, in a lot of places, and including animals also. We don't generally think of pesticides as an economic danger to our society, but it is. And by her writing this book, it shed a light to what was happening in our economy, in our environment. And I believe that's when a lot of people started understanding the Green Initiative and what it actually meant to go green and to be able to preserve our land. There's a lot of benefits to being green and going green. One of the benefits to going green is primarily to transform our economy, to make it a safer place so that people are able to maneuver without having to worry about pesticides, without having to worry about chemicals, without having to worry about what's being put in their food or in what they're drinking. So, what I like to look at is when we go green, that actually creates it also creates new jobs. By going green, you're creating companies that are developing more resources. So when you're developing more resources, you're actually um, adding more jobs and you're making the economy more stable when you have more people working and contributing to the environment. I think it's a key factor that when you feel like you're working or contributing to something, then you have a better sense of giving back and making sure that the environment is is what it should be. Um, it makes sense financially. They also talked a little bit about the book. It makes sense financially um, because what that also does, it alleviates companies from purchasing expensive chemicals to use. So when you are in the green initiative, You're not necessarily looking to purchase expensive chemicals or things that will harm the environment. So financially, it helps the environment because you don't have a lot of leadway to spend a lot of money on something that is meaningful. Um, the other thing that the other thing that was very prominent in this book that they talked about um, was really understanding um, what nature was and the nature of conservancy, and that was um, to understand that we have to go back to the to what we learned in the first part of the book, which was the origins of ecology. Um, in order to go green, understanding the origins of ecology, meaning, how everything was pretty much formed or started, helps with the process of being helps with the process of being green initiative. Um, we have to also understand the natural history in order to go green. The book also talks a lot about um, pretty much horning in on on our economy, understanding that the green initiative is basically a bigger part or a bigger sense than what we normally think. It really helps us. It tries to help us, or it tried to help me understand that by going green, it's not necessarily, like I said before, it's not necessarily recycling. It's really understanding um, how this environment and this economy can sustain and can prolong by just doing the simple things of going back to nature and going back to our origins and going back to our roots, and really thinking about how Muir even thought his thought process on the environment, going back to that, um, pretty much going back to respecting the economy, to make sure that the green initiative is an initiative that is going to be sustained, an initiative that is going to be prolonged, an initiative that is going to um, continue passing through generation through generation. Um, the One of the key things about um, the green revolution, or excuse me, going green, I believe, is really going back to history. I can't say it enough, and really understanding that um, the initiative is to make our country, or make this economy better, not just for me, but for also generations to come. So just a little bit about the book, or my book review. I really respect the fact that a lot of people out there trying to make this economy better. I think that are we have a lot of work to do, but the work can be done if everybody works together to initiate the green initiative. Thank you.